Hey, what's up you guys? You're watching Team APS, and in today's video, I'm going to share the 10 cards I'm most excited about for Maximum Crisis. So this video is going to be a little bit interesting. I'm going to start with the expensive cards and kind of get them out of the way so I can talk about the less expensive cards that I'm more interested in. So the first card is Unending Nightmare, or Never Ending Nightmare, the name I would have preferred. But anyway, this is a continuous trap, lets you pay 1,000 life points once per turn to destroy any face-up spell or trap card in the field. I think this is honestly huge when you consider, how many face-up spell and trap cards are prevalent in the game right now. I think of things like Zodiac Barrage, I think of things like Imperial Order, which just came back, and this is a really good way to out it because it's a trap. I think of the new Dragonic Diagram card, and also just the old stuff, Call of the Haunted, Tenki, all those cards. Every archetype has a field spell now, and the really big thing about this card is that, it's chainable during either player's turn. That's a really big deal, and it's continual, so as long as this card stays face on the field, you can, in theory, kind of plus turn over turn over turn. The second card is Ultra Polymerization. This is a really cool one, another secret unfortunately, but I was really excited about it at first, and I still am, but now I'm more curious to see exactly how it's used. Because of course it reminds me of like Super Polymerization, where your opponent can't respond to the activation. I think that's really cool, but it isn't without its weaknesses. But the cool part, of course, is that after you fusion summon your monster, you can then banish this card from your graveyard, target that fusion monster, and then re-summon out all the materials that you used for it. Of course, they don't get any attack and defense, their effects are negated, but that's usually not what you're going to be doing it with those cards anyway. But then on the other hand, I don't see any immediate meta applicable uses for this card, so it'll be a little bit weird. I want to see where it goes though. Third card is Duelist Alliance. So this card has gotten loads of hype, and of course, secret rare. You can search Perform Pal Pendulum Sorcerer, Odd Eyes, all those cards like that, Luster Pendulum and all of his friends. And the even bigger deal is that you can search, spells and traps that have it in its name. So some of the immediate cards that come to mind is like Pendulum Call, and it's limited to 1, but this lets you search it really easily. And there's Pendulum Storm, the new card Pendulum Switch. So I really want to see where this card goes. I think it's definitely going to be Pendulum's last hurrah before, Link monsters come, but I am excited to see where it goes. Fourth card is, of course, Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I don't think I need to say a whole lot about this card. Everyone's hyped about it. I think it's probably going to be the most expensive card in this entire set. That's just my opinion. You can stop anything that lets your opponent search cards, anything that lets your opponent pitch cards, anything that lets your opponent special summon cards from the deck. It's like the instant out to, Infernoids, and the instant out to all those grass decks, and the instant out to any kind of searching. Not to mention, Tuner, Zombie, level 3, loads of applications. Very exciting card, very expensive card. I probably won't be getting a copy of it, but maybe you will. And the last card that was actually just announced today, Tornado Dragon. This card is awesome. It just lets you detach and destroy a spell or trap during either player's turn. That's huge. That makes it more or less better than cards like, Diamond Direwolf. Rank 4 toolboxes finally have an instant spell and trap removal thing. Its artwork's really cool because it kind of looks like it's made of the Twin Twisters. I think that some of the best uses of this card are actually really similar to Unending Nightmare, where you can destroy, Zodiac Garage and Draconic Diagram and Imperial Order. You can out those cards as soon as they're activated, which is really, really helpful. So if you made it this far in the video, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you to subscribe if you haven't already. It's that big red button. We are planning to make videos opening a load of this set. And in fact, if you're interested in getting some Maximum Crisis for yourself, I'm planning to do a box giveaway provided by TCG Player. The details of that will be coming out very soon, so you want to make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Anyway, let's continue. Subterror Fiendus. So this card got, announced a couple weeks back, and it's gotten loads of hype. Subterrors as a whole, as an archetype, have always been very underwhelming, and we are always hoping to get good support, and a lot of the support in this set is average, but Subterror Fiendus is definitely great. It's a hand trap for them that can negate anything, which is great. Plus it can summon Subterrors from your graveyard, it can flip them up and down. It's kind of a lot of what this deck needed, all in one card. Fairy Tale Luna, this card is actually really cool. The Fairy Tale monsters have been getting more and more interesting. Obviously Fairy Tale Snow is the only one that most people use, but Fairy Tale Luna is pretty cool. When you summon it, you can search any of your other Fairy Tale monsters, in addition to actually searching the Familiar Possessed monsters. It's pretty cool. Trell made a Familiar Possessed deck actually a long time ago, and I think that with this card coming out, he might actually update it. But yeah, this card's really cool, and then it also has a neat effect where you can bounce it and an opponent's monster. Really cool, neat little control effect. Then there's Revolving Stage, which I think is a really neat approach to kind of a stun field spell searching card. Basically, you select 2 different field spells from your deck, and you set them to both player sides of the field. This is great because in addition to just setting them, while either of those cards is on the field, your opponent can't actually activate, or neither player can activate new field spells. The thing is, those cards can be flipped face up. So the thing that you'll really want to do is give your opponent maybe a card that benefits you when it gets destroyed. So something like Gear Town, something like Cosmo Town, those types of cards. Or you could even give your opponent a card that they can't actually activate. So Oracle of Zephyra and like Gateway to Chaos, those cards that make you search when they're activated, if those get set to your opponent's side of the field and they don't have a legal target to search, they actually can't flip them face up. So you ensure that your opponent is locked out of their field spell zone and you can still flip your card face up, whatever it is you get. Next is Predaplant's Scorpio and Cobra. I'm just gonna bunch them together as one card. They work really well in tandem with each other. Basically, when you summon Scorpio, you're able to pitch a card and then summon any Predaplant from your deck. And you'll want to, of course, get Cobra. And when Cobra is special summoned, you're able to search any polymerization or fusion card. So, think Miracle Fusion, Future Fusion, Instant Fusion, and add it to your hand. So this is really great. They're both level 3 monsters. That kind of makes it a really easy, like rank 3 toolbox type of card, similar to Tour Guide, similar to Terratop. Will it replace the Terratop engine? I'm not so sure. It kind of depends on whether or not your deck gets utility out of something like Instant Fusion, but most decks do, so I could see this being really popular. And the last card is Pendulum, which conveniently can be searched by Duelist Alliance. But anyway, it's got 2 cool effects. When it's in the Pendulum zone, you're actually able to take any of your Pendulum monsters that are banished or in the graveyard and put them back in your extra deck. And then, when it gets normal summoned or special summoned, you can get a level 1 Pendulum monster from your extra deck and just special summon it. So this is really cool. Some of the cards that come to mind for me are things like, DD7 Kepler and Performapal Trump Witch. All those cards that like get some sort of benefit either on summon or they can like quickly tribute themselves off to get some sort of a plus. So those are the 10 cards I am most excited about for Maximum Crisis this coming week. Let me know what you guys are excited about from this set. I want to know, leave a comment. And remember to thumbs up if you like the video, sub if you love the video. I'm going to be opening loads of this set. I'm going to be giving more details about that giveaway soon, so you'll want to be subscribed. And I think without further ado, that's all I got to say. Later, guys.